Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Stretch the Sketch. And here's today's sketch. Some people will be stretching, some people will be shrinking. I, however, am going to shrink her down to a 6x8 layout. I am going to be creating 2 pages, but they're the exact same page because they're going into 2 separate albums, documenting the same thing for 2 different people. So this is my mini Tugfest album that I'm creating 3. The first part, though, I was not there, so it's just for my mother and my sister-in-law. So I'm taking, once again, the Paige Evans Bungalow Collection. You guys know I ordered way too much of that, and I'm using it for my October Daily and my mini Tugfest albums, which is just basically a weekend and or day where we spent in upstate Illinois, because that's classy. Anyway, I am taking that blue paper, and I'm going to use that as my base. And then I'm just taking a few of the scraps that I had left over from the previous day, because that is how I kind of keep it, even though I am using the same collection, it just helps to keep it cohesive and for the album to flow when you see a pattern paper repeated within the next couple pages. At least that's my opinion. I don't actually even know if it's right. I do take this new piece right here with the stars, and I just go ahead and cut into that. We will come back to that and use it later on in a different layout. So I am, even though it is going to be a small 6x8 page, and I do have 3 photos, I'm going to use 3 photos, and I'm going to trim them down. The one right that I'm cutting now, that's my mom and my brother, and then obviously the dude in the blue to my right, that's my dad, and this right here is my brother. So I'm just going to trim the one of my brother and my father down to basically just their heads, because you didn't really need all that background of what they have going on. So I'm trimming them down, and I will come back and trim them again. I just want to make sure that the subject of the photo is showcased without, cutting too much off. And if I felt like I was going to have to take like part of one of their heads off or something, I wouldn't have cut them down that small. But as you can see, it's working out nicely. And I'm just cutting them all the same. So my sister-in-law and my mom's beginning of their albums will pretty much be the exact same. You will notice that as we go through and create this album, the ones that I do on screen, and then when I do the flip through later, some of the albums will have different layouts because the pictures will mean something different to someone else. Like this isn't going in my album, like I said, because I wasn't here for this portion of our little mini trip. So that's where my brother lives up there, and it's the Tugfest, Illinois versus Iowa, and it's literally tug of war across the river. And my brother was a tugger this year, and they have like huge carnivals on the Illinois and the Iowa side, and it was really fun. Me and my husband just went up for the day to watch my brother, pull in the tug of war, or I guess tug in the tug of war. So I've got them all trimmed down now, and I'm going to take this fun little striped piece up close. It is like a little chain length of all the different colors, and because it is such a small canvas, I am going to go ahead and use my T-square ruler to ensure that I have everything straight. Most of the time I will just try to eyeball it, and on a bigger 12x12 layout you can barely see, you can't really tell if it's wonky. Because I didn't want to cut another strip of that star paper, I cut it 2 inches by 6, and then I just rip it where the big photo is going to cover. I do not mat my photos. Sometimes the matting of photos for me just kind of depends on the mood and feel of the layouts. And to be fair, if I would have matted it, it would have gotten a little too big, and then it would have overpowered all the background papers, which the pictures are supposed to be center stage, but you don't want them to be the only thing on the page. Then you just have a photo album and not a scrapbook layout. So I get all 3 of those down and all the papers. Off screen, I go ahead and finish the second page, and I'm going to come in and embellish them both. Obviously, they don't get the same embellishments unless I can. So I take 2 titles, and one says "Make Happiness," and the other one says something, "How lucky are we?" And then I'm going to take some of these little puffy buttons, and I just use the hearts and place them all over because I have 2 sheets that come in the package. I can actually go ahead and make the embellishments work. I pull just a couple little heart stickers from the 6x12 cardstock sticker page, and I get them popped around. This layout came together super quickly and we're about done. But today is stretch the sketch, so stretch the sketch. So linked about down below will be all the lovelies that are playing along. So see how they took that inspiration sketch and if they stretched it or they made it smaller, which is kind of fun to see what everybody does when you start from the same point. Give them some love. Check them all out. I will have all the links down below, and I will also have all my links down below as well if you would like to get anything. And that is pretty much going to do it. I do come in with just a few more hearts. I do apologize for my head getting in the way there. But that is it for the layout today. So 2 layouts made today. I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Bye.